Hello, friend. Happy New Year to you once again. It's indeed a great delight to write to you. How have you been? As you journey through the year 2017, it's my prayer that your dreams for the year comes true. But be reminded that hard work and discipline are very important virtues in realizing your set goals for a hopeful year. Well, here in Nigeria, we are hopeful that we will see a peaceful and more united nation. As Nigerian leaders and current Vice President Yemi Osinbajo collaborated to release a hymn in which they advocated for a greater united and more peaceful Nigeria in the year 2017. Singing Isaac Watts' hymn, "O God, Our Help in Ages Past," where the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former chairman of Nigerian interim government Ernest Shonekan, Vice President Alex Ekweme, and former Chief of Staff Rear Admiral Ebitu Okiwe. At the end of the rendition, the leaders prayed that the Almighty grants Nigerians peace and unity. They also encourage citizens to continue to work hard for a better Nigeria. In a bid to better the lives of Nigerians, the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration commenced payment of 5,000 naira monthly. It commenced the payment of the 5,000 naira monthly it promised to poor and vulnerable Nigerians. The development was embedded in the campaign promises of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, during the 2015 presidential election. The program is a part of the Conditional Cash Transfer, CCT, of its Social Investment Program, SIP, for which 500 billion naira was appropriated in the 2016 national budget. The CCT targets 1 million Nigerians who will receive 5,000 monthly payments as a form of a social safety net. 9 states were mapped out for payments in the first batch, and already many of the beneficiaries were reported to have started receiving their first payments. I truly hope that the monthly payments will help these Nigerians keep body and soul together as they search for employment opportunities such as the one promised by the National Directorate of Employment, NDE. In line with the diversification policy of the federal government, the NDE says it hopes to create over 800,000 jobs in the agricultural sector. Kunle Obaya, who is the Acting Director General of the National Directorate of Employment, said the Directorate plans to achieve this by engaging 720,000 unemployed youths in agriculture through the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN initiative Anchor Borrower Scheme. Already, about 77,000 cooperatives are registered under this initiative nationwide. Obayan assured Nigerians that the federal government is sensitive and focused in its quest in tackling youth unemployment, while also encouraging youths to embrace the various vocational and skill acquisition programs introduced by the government. Still on agriculture, the Nasarawa State Airport, which is in the north-central part of Nigeria, will now serve as agricultural produce export platform. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, said the ongoing airport project in the state will serve as a platform for exporting perishable agricultural products. He believes the airport will serve as a catalyst for the development of the economy and also generate revenue for the nation. The governor of Nasarawa State, Tanko Almakura, said the state had procured 1,000 hectares of land for the project and that the Lafia Airport, when completed, will be the best alternative route to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for aviation activities. Another area that will give more boost to the economy is the maritime sector. The Nigeria Export Processing Zone Authority, NEPZA, has licensed the Maritime Africa Economic City known as the Badagry Free Trade Zone. It's a mega port project which is considered as the largest in the country and comes with tax incentives, 100% repatriation of profits and dividends, as well as immigration advantages. The processing zone will include a container terminal, general cargo terminals, oil refinery, and industrial park. The zone is connected to Lagos through the Badagry Expressway, which is currently being upgraded by the Lagos state government. Still playing the big brother role in Africa, the Nigerian army deployed 800 officers and soldiers to Sudan on a peacekeeping mission. The troops also received a 4-week special training in preparation for their induction into the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Sudan. Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, while addressing the troops during their passing out ceremony from the Nigerian Army Peacekeeping Center in Jaji, Kaduna State, ahead of their departure to Darfur, the Sudanese capital, warned the troops that the Nigerian Army would not tolerate any act of cowardice or professional negligence while carrying out their operations in the West African country. The Army Chief, who was represented by the General Officer Commanding 1 Division, Major General Adeniyi Oyebade, advised the contingent to abide by the rules of engagement, exhibit braveness as professionals, and respect the cultural sensitivity of the people of Sudan. He also reminded them of the United Nations zero tolerance and drug trafficking and human rights abuse. Issues that will help shape the country for the better were deliberated upon at the first Federal Executive Council's meeting for the year 2017. President Muhammadu Buhari presided over the council's meeting, which had almost all cabinet members, and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was also in attendance. Abdurrahman Dambazau, Minister of Interior, at the meeting said the council had approved the sum of 4.6 billion naira for the purchase of firefighting equipment to enable firemen in the country perform their functions effectively. The Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, also disclosed that the Federal Executive approved the sum of 1.1 billion naira for completion of the airport terminal in Kaduna, northwest Nigeria. He announced that the Abuja International Airport would also be closed for about 6 weeks to overhaul the runway, which has overstretched its lifespan in order to safeguard the lives and property of Nigerians. Nigerians were indeed glad to receive the news of the recovery of another Chibok schoolgirl, Rekia Abubakar, in the Alagano area of Damboa local government area in Borno State, northeastern Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari commended the military for the diligent investigation which led to the recovery of Rekia and urged them to continue in the spirit with which they helped to clear the Sambisa forest of terrorists. He also said the recovery has raised renewed hope that the other captured girls would one day be reunited with their families, friends, and community. President Buhari gave the assurance that the Nigerian government will continue to do all within its power to assist the military in locating the rest of the girls and eradicating the menace of terrorism in Nigeria. And still on eradicating terrorism, the Nigerian Air Force commenced an aerial surveillance of forests and communities located in the southern part of Kaduna State to fish out suspected armed herdsmen who have been attacking the villages from their hideouts. The air surveillance by the force started after weeks of coordinated attacks in Jema'a, Kauru, Kaura local government areas of Kaduna State. Air Vice Marshal Christopher Okoye, who is the Air Officer Commanding Training Command, Kaduna, said the exercise was part of efforts by security forces to crush the armed bandits and restore normalcy to the crisis area. The AOC assured citizens that the Nigerian Air Force was determined to work with other security agencies to end herdsmen attacks in southern Kaduna, as well as other criminal activities in the state. He explained that the air surveillance would assist in identifying criminal hideouts and provide useful information for prompt action, adding that the exercise would be sustained until the insurgence is brought to an end. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, is also not resting on its oars, as it had begun installation of mobile cameras in its operational vehicles to track traffic offenders. The agency explained that the cameras will be used to check traffic light violators, assaults and other operational offences. Mr. Boboye Oyeyemi, FRSC Corps Marshal, mentioned that they had already received mounted cameras from the World Bank installed in the vehicles. These mobile cameras will be activated in the patrol cars and will begin operation on the 1st of February 2017. He said more of these cameras will be installed in due course. This certainly is a step in the right direction, and I hope it helps in tracking offenders. And now to sports. I am very excited to tell you about the feat achieved by young Nigerian football stars who made Nigerians proud at the Silver Jubilee Confederation African Football CAF Awards held at the International Conference Center, Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. Kelechi Iheanacho emerged as the African most promising player. Alex Iwobi won the 2016 Youth Player of the Year, while Azizat Oshola, who scored 6 goals at the last Women's Africa's Cup of Nations (AFCON), got the title of CAF's Female Player of the Year award. The Women's National Team Award went to the Super Falcons of Nigeria for their impressive and outstanding performance that made the country to win the 2016 Women's Africa Cup of Nations held last year in Cameroon. Nigeria is indeed blessed with great, talented and hard-working people that are always making the nation proud. Owing to this, 4 Nigerians were elected into the governing board of the Council of World Association for Medium and Small Enterprises, WASME, for the 2016 to 2018 tenure. The election took place at the 15th session of the global body in Noida, India. Alhaji Babale Umar Giriye emerged president, while Diko Umar Rado and Dr. Ahmed M. Mohammed were also elected members of the governing board. The Director General of the Bayelsa State Microfinance and Enterprise Development Agency, Mr. Ebiakure Jasper Eradiri, was also elected member of the board. Mr. Eradiri commended members of the global body for finding them worthy to serve in these capacities, describing it as a call to greater service. And that's all I have for you this week. Remember to join me again next week as I bring you more happenings in Nigeria. From me, it's goodbye.